My story is only 11,000 words. Does that make it a novel or a novella? Actually, neither. And let me tell you why. Depending on word count and story length, there are different story types that a manuscript can qualify as. The shortest kind of story is called flash fiction or microfiction. The maximum number of words flash fiction can be is 1,500 words. Two famous flash fiction stories are A Haunted House by Virginia Woolf and Give It Up by Franz Kafka. If a manuscript is over 1,500 words but less than 10,000 words, then it qualifies as a short story. Three famous short story examples are The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, and The Lottery by Shirley Jackson. This is where story categories kind of overlap a little bit. If a story has more than 7,500 words but less than 19,000 words or 20,000 words, then it can qualify as what we call a novelette. Two famous examples of novelettes are The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka and The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. There is some debate about what qualifies as a novelette versus a novella, and like I said before, there is a little bit of overlap. But generally speaking, most people consider manuscripts to be novellas if they're anywhere between 10,000 to 40,000 words long. Some famous novella examples are The Little Prince by, and I'm going to slaughter this name, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, and Animal Farm by George Orwell. And finally, a manuscript cannot qualify as a novel unless it is at least 40,000 words long. And while I feel like I don't necessarily need to provide you with some examples from literature, here are some examples anyway. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen and The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde are two wonderful famous examples of novels. So my manuscript at 11,000 words would qualify as a novelette? Yes, but technically it could also qualify as a novella. Make sure to follow Praiseworthy Pages on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for more helpful writing tips.